I've never seen anything like this.
What is up, my people? Welcome back to Sequence. Right now, we're going to be showing you the second A/B that we went over with Brian Dozier. If you watched the first one, you know he shared a ton of insight with us. This particular bat is of Ian Kennedy during his incredible 2016 season. You are not going to want to miss this. So let's kick it right to it right now. All right, we are back for a second at-bat with my man Brian Dozier. This one comes from 2016. This one I wanted to do because I was there, and this was the season where you hit 42 missiles into the seats to set the American League mark for homers by a second baseman, right?
Correct. Yes.
That's amazing, dude. Like, honestly, you got that.
it.
You always got that. I don't know who's going to break that. I don't think anybody's going to break that, Doge.
Oh, it'll be broken here soon, I'm assuming. I would think.
Do you remember this stretch you were in here? This is towards the end of the year. What do you remember about this?
We've all been locked in before, and it looks like a beach ball, but this was probably the most locked in that I've ever felt. When you're getting out, it's hard hit outs that they're diving for and all this kind of stuff. And if you get the ball in there, it's probably going to be a double or homer. Just everything, the confidence and everything. We were the worst team in baseball, so you had to juggle that too when you're going through this home run stretch. But all in all, I mean, it was pretty locked in. It was pretty comfortable.
So what was really cool about your 2016, obviously the homers were awesome. You just mentioned we had a pretty bad team. You started out really poorly this year. And I think this is a really cool lesson for kids who maybe are struggling and to see how quickly things can turn around. Do you want to talk about, I guess, the day Molly decided to give you a breather and sit you and what that did for you mentally?
I never wanted to I take a lot of pride. I never went on the DL in my career or anything. And I always wanted to play every day. And I never asked for a day off or anything. And then all of a sudden I see my name not in the lineup. And I mean, I was like, what's up, Molly? And me thinking, of course it's I'm hitting 190. Of course I need benched, but I didn't want to. But he said, yeah, I'm going to give you 2 days off. And I'm like, 2 days? I don't need it. And he's like, no, you need it. So I basically, I knew I wasn't playing for 2 straight games. This was back in May. I was hitting like 190 through my first like 100 at bats. Only like a couple of home runs. I mean, really, Terry Ryan was quoted to the media that he's very close to sending me to AAA, just to kind of get swing right, mind right, all this kind of stuff. And I think all that at once kind of like, it'll humble you. This game humbles you in a minute. And so I spent 2 days back in May, and it was actually against the Royals. Obviously not this game, but it was against the Royals. And sat for 2 days, got Billy Ball benched, and had to work on a few things. So
What'd you do? Because I actually don't remember. Were you in the lab, like down in that cage with Bruno?
I literally just got in the cage and just worked on trying to backspin the ball to center field. I was getting so overamped, trying to do too much with the baseball and try to pull too much rather than back up stuff to left. And I just got out in front of myself, and I rolled over a lot. I'd ground out to short, I feel like a freaking million times. And so I just had to get back to like backing up the baseball.
Okay. I mean, I remember that when all this went down, and I'm sure Dan should be showing pre-benching stats and post-benching stats, but you went on an incredible run, and this was towards the end of it. And I was listening to this at bat, and Bert and Dick are here talking about, you already had a homer in this game, and it puts you at 36, which you were only the second Twin ever to hit over 35 home runs, joining a guy named Harmon Killebrew. He's the logo.
A guy named Harmon. He hit like 50 every year, though.
So an incredible feat already, and then you just didn't stop. And like I said, I remember this game in particular because you hit another one after that I really remember. But this was such a great at bat. So let's just roll it through, and I kind of just want to hear your thoughts about Kennedy, and then also what that ball was looking like when you're locked in like this, man. All right, so here we go. Hold on. Don't move forward. This one's silly. You got to hear it. DraftKings back with us again. They have another incredible offer. Baseball's back. Opening day is here. And here's the offer. It's so silly. It's so easy. Bet $1 on your team to win the game. If they record a hit in the game, any type of hit, base hit, double, triple, home run, you win $100. That's right. $1. They get a hit, you win $100. There's been 304 no-hitters since 1876, only one on opening day. So I think your bet is safe, and all you got to do is download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOHNBOY when you sign up to turn $1 into $100. If the baseball team of your choosing records a hit, that's code JOHNBOY to turn $1 into $100 for a limited time, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. Minimum $5 deposit. New customers only. Winnings paid out as 4 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Back to the show.
The first homer of this game in the first inning, the very first pitch, and I remember it was like a down and outside heater. And there's one thing I loved hitting against Ian Kennedy, and he is a great pitcher. I mean, he's had some great years in the big leagues, and I just loved it. I love guys that kind of close off at the very beginning, and then they don't hide it. He doesn't hide it that well, and he kind of opens up and he throws his fastball a lot.
Yes, he does.
And his off speed, for me, he's had obviously a great career doing this. But for me, a guy that throws his heater a lot, if it's not like moving every which way, I always felt like I can get you. You know, if it's kind of flat or it's kind of the same thing every which way, and you throw a lot of it, 90% heaters, then yeah. So
you're hunting. You're hunting then, right? Like
I'm hunting. I'm not getting off the heater, as Jim told me.
We know you can hunt.
Yeah. So 1-0, that first pitch was his little slider cutter. The thing with Ian, or a guy like him that threw a lot of fastballs, it didn't bother me to take a fastball down the middle.
I was just going to ask that question.
Yeah. It didn't bother me because I know I'm going to see it eventually, because that's his best pitch, and he's going to try to get me out with his best pitch. So.
What about with Sal back there? What did you find with Sal? Do you think he was kind of a guy that messed with pitch selection?
Very smart guy. I think sometimes, he's a veteran. He's one of the best catchers since we've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to handle a pitching staff. Sometimes I always felt like he could get kind of maybe predictable sometimes in a way of, like Kennedy, his best fastball is his best pitch, but it's my best pitch to hit. So why sometimes keep throwing it? But at the same time, Kennedy's been very successful doing that for a number of years. So,
and you can see he's worried about Bucks over here.
That's a huge thing. I remember he picked over there at the Buck probably, I don't know, 5 times, and we're down by 1 run. He don't want the guy to get to second base with no outs. So. Which is huge. I remember I thought that one, I should have hit a homer there.
You should have hit a homer there. I think so too. The way you were locked in, that should have been a homer.
I can remember that it was my bread and butter, middle end, belt high. So
a little quick on that one. A little quick on the draw.
Okay. I see fastballs coming, and yeah.
Oh, now they're just showing a montage of your bombs. I love this.
So that was a leadoff homer right there.
Yep. So you're sitting 2-2 now. You just missed the heater. You got to be thinking slide ball or something different, maybe a changeup.
So some pitchers do some stuff with their body, I guess, that you can tell, before he throws it, what's kind of coming. I could always see sometimes when he tried to hide some stuff a little bit longer and got closed off a little bit longer in his off speed. But that was then, and I haven't faced him in years. So, but I kind of knew he just had that rhythm about him that.
Sure. You were big
rhythm.
on that. So I'm going to pause it here. You were huge on that about cadence of a pitcher and being able to pick things up from that. I just did a video that's coming out that already came out by the time people see this. Have already come out. I did a thing on Jordan Hicks and something I found on him, and really easy to see visually for people. But I remember talking to you about that. We would go back and forth with Tori and Morney and Molitor, especially trying to pick guys apart. You felt that cadence and that body language more than I could. That was kind of your thing that you keyed in on. Is that something you saw with a lot of different pitchers, or just the ones now that I know about?
A little bit of both. So I didn't really, and I would, especially from probably 2015 and on throughout the end of my career, I would have like a checklist of every pitcher, and I feel like I could always get something on them. A lot of guys I couldn't. There were some guys that are very, I mean, with technology nowadays and try to repeat your motion, I mean, people can kind of do it, but at the same time, everyone's got their tip. And I wouldn't say the majority, but the majority, we could always try to pick up something. And one of those things is, I'm not going to name any names because these guys are still playing.
I know who it is.
There's some pitchers that tend to like get sped up on off speed and fly open a little bit quicker on. And I could see it on some guys. And even till when I retired last year, I could still see some guys just getting amped up with their upper body and flying open when you're talking baseball, I mean, if they fly open just a touch, you can see it because it's different. If you saw 3 heaters in a row, then something's different, and you look for that different again. And if you see the different, well, it's not going to be heater.
So your kind of way to think about it was, if this guy, he's speeding up to try to tunnel or be the same as his heater, but he's over exaggerating it almost.
A lot of guys of one of the checklists, so many guys, when they throw a heater, I always call it slow it down, speed you up.
Yeah.
If they're calm, a lot of guys calm, cool, and just rear back and heater. They're just more relaxed though in the fastball. And off speed, a lot of guys, especially younger guys, get so like amped up of doing something different. They, and they start going just faster. Everything speeds up. Their motion speeds up, their arm speed, everything. As a hitter, you can see, it might be very minute, but you can see that it's completely different. And they try to speed you up, and you're just like, okay, well, I'll just slow down because it's going to be.
I love that. That's so good. I just went through and did like a checklist, where you came set, how you came set, what'd you grip the ball behind your back, how'd you put it in your glove, all that. This is a completely different thing. If you're a young hitter trying to sit on the bench, watching the other teammates hit, watch that pitcher. And look out for this, speeding that upper body up on an off-speed pitch. I love that, man.
Yep.
So 3-2, he just, I don't know what the last pitch was. We kind of went on a tangent there. I think it was a heater up.
Yeah, the heater up.
And
Buck is still there. I remember he tried stealing 3-2 like 3 times in a row or something, because he's not obviously getting thrown out.
That's a change piece, right?
Yeah, change up he left up. Hook. I mean, if it was down and in, he might have got me or something. I remember that being a pretty good pitch. But he didn't throw the hard splitter or he just kind of a circle change he left up.
And there's Buck going, not even a great jump right there, but he probably wouldn't say because he's so dang fast.
Yeah, he would have definitely been safe. What a fast guy.
3-2 changeup from him is not a rarity. So here he comes back again with one. And back-to-back
changeup. So that was a lot better pitch. Just got me out front or whatever. And that's, in a baseball mind, Trev, that when you see it, you think fastball, and all of a sudden you see the changeup, and now everything's like, okay, I'm just going to try to hook it down the line, or I'm just going to try to hook for a single and stuff. And all that plays in effect within like 0.2 of a second. And I can remember that happening here. But I know sooner or later, Salvy's going to put down that hole number 1.
Got to come back sooner or later, baby. Is this it?
It's probably it, or the next one's got to be. Nope, I found that.
Oh, okay. So that was a little away.
So that pitch right there, he every now and then he would get around his fastball and it would cut, and that one kind of cut up and away. And he has a cutter that he slows it down a little bit, but but he would get on his four seam. He'd get around it every now and then, and that was a really good pitch.
So 3-2, change up, fastball. He gets around. In my mind, if I'm in the box there, he can go anywhere he wants now.
Go anywhere he wants to, for
but
sure.
you, knowing you're still on the heater.
Still on the heater.
What's funny, Doge,
just because I just saw a good cutter that he got around, but he probably didn't mean to. He might have. I haven't talked to him about that. He might try to cut his four seamers, but at the same time, I saw a really good changeup, which is his second best pitch besides his fastball, and he couldn't get me out with it. So I'm still locking on the heater. If anything else comes, I can. I know he's not going to blow me. I don't want him to 3-2. I don't want him to blow me away heater thinking something else. So I'm going to be locked into heater.
What I've seen in this at bat, you talked about how locked in you were at this point, how big the ball was seemed to you. Every pitch, your barrel was getting to it. Were you out in front maybe? Like, sure, you hooked it, but your barrel is getting to all these pitches. Like, you are putting the barrel on the baseball, and then eventually he's going to get into your zone. And I think we're going to see that right here. Oh, no, you still got some pitches left, I think, in this AB.
Yeah, I remember Buxton trying to steal 5 times or something, or picking over, and
yeah, that's what I see. Barrel.
Well, that's a huge part of hitting. That when you are locked in, it's not just about squaring balls up. It's like you said, that pitchers are pitchers in the big leagues for a reason. They're pretty dang good. So you have to be able to just fight pitches off. Just put a barrel on it. Oh, that was my pitch too.
But barrel again.
Yeah. Caught a little bit of the barrel that you could still keep fighting. I remember really loving that pitch.
That high heater?
Yeah, that one, because I saw a fastball coming, before, and I saw it up in the zone. I think I probably got a little too antsy on it.
Any point here, you're like, okay, off speed, is coming.
No, I'm not.
You don't
I'm
have
not
to.
Getting
right?
off the heater at all. 0%. I can probably pick up the changeup, and he's not going to throw his slider. He never really threw his slider.
Is there a pitch that you're out on? Like, if he does throw a good slider, are you out on that pitch?
Yeah, but I just thought, Ian had such a great fastball and such a good cutter and a good changeup. I just feel like he wouldn't try to throw me that. And especially with Salvi, he's going to go with, and you got to get, Ian's having a great year this year.
Yes.
I mean, he's one of the better pitchers in the game. And there it is.
You put that in your wheelhouse, Doge. I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back. That's the wheelhouse, baby.
That's the wheelhouse. Yeah,
that's the wheelhouse right there.
That was it. I think from what I remember about that, it's kind of, I just slowed everything down a little bit, not try to kill it too much when I knew the fastball was coming. So yeah, that was the wheelhouse.
Oh my. All right, let's go back and see it one more time. Slowed it down, slowed the cadence down. Crack. That's middle in. You pulled him in, and you pulled it the right way, like you always have been talking about. You got to pull the ball the right way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, pulling the ball the right way, backspinning balls, and not hooking them. So
37 homers, and you weren't done. Here's the slow-mo. I mean, that if there was ever just a sweet spot for old Doge right here, that's it, baby.
Yeah, that was no sweet spot.
Oh, look at you put the head down.
I've pimped some and whatever, but I think this time of the year, it was just so, because we're approaching 100 losses, and and you have to. Oh, here he is. There's the man.
Oh, God, I'm gonna stop the video right now, baby. Here we go.
We approaching 100 losses, and then you're going through this home run stretch, and it was kind of tough. I remember, because you don't want to just get your brains beat in every, but you want to keep trying to hit homers, and so it's kind of a weird feeling. But this game in particular was pretty cool.
We used to say about Doge that you would not pimp them so much that you pimped them.
Yeah, so you think that one was a pimp, huh?
It was a pimp. Again, dude, I appreciate you coming on, sharing your knowledge with everybody because you got a wealth of it. And as you put out there, you might be willing to share it with the ball club. Manager might be coming to your city, Brian Dozier. I'd co-sign for that. And we're going to be lobbying for you. You just tell me where you want to go and we'll start lobbying for you.
All right. I'll let you know.
All right. That's Brian Dozier. Thank you again for coming on. And we'll have another episode of Sequence for you. I don't know when. Soon. See you guys.
Thank you, brother.